Welcome to Golf Talk with Tiff. Yes, that's me, Tiff, the lady golf teacher. What I will do here is build belief in you to accomplish your dreams for your golf. I'll be your mentor and give you the skills, strategies, and guidance to make it happen. Tee it high, let it fly. Now let's get into today's episode. Hey there, Tiff here. Welcome to Golf Talk with Tiff. Lovely to have you here. What I want to share with you today and what I want to talk to you about today is about getting your head right and about getting your mindset right in when you're going out to play in your golf, because if you don't, it will kill your golf and you'll be incredibly frustrated, incredibly upset, feel like giving up, because that happens at times. We get so frustrated, we feel like we want to give it up. So if you feel that way, don't worry. I've felt like that in the past as well. Roll my eyes in the back of the head and question why I'm actually doing this game. Why am I torturing myself so much with this? But because we love it, we love the game of golf, we keep going. Okay, we keep hanging in there because we know that at some point it'll all come back. So when you're in a situation where you're being challenged and things are not working, it's just testing you. And just go, okay, I'm being tested today and I'm just going to have to accept it. And there'll be reasons why that you're being tested, and there'll be reasons why that you are not performing the way that you like to, or you're really struggling in what I'm going to talk to you about here. And why I'm going to do this is because I experienced it the other day, and I thought it'd be really good if I shared it too, and I'll share why it happened and so on. And you might find that this happens with you as well, and then we'll find ways in which we can make sure that you don't experience it as much, and you're more aware of how to get yourself into your game. So the reason that we don't perform so well when we play in our golf is really because we haven't really mentally prepared our mind to actually play or compete in that. So what we find then is that like our performance is really bad. Like it sucks, doesn't it? It kills us, but it sucks, right? And we could say worse words than that, and I'm sure that you do, and don't worry, I have as well in the past. But if we're not mentally prepared to play on the day, then we'll be frustrated. Our confidence will take a hit. We'll question whether we should have even got out of bed and played today. And you can roll your eyes in the back of your head and you're like, oh, I don't know if this is the thing for me. It's just so hard today and all of that. And it's really because you haven't really mentally prepared yourself to play. And so I'm going to give you an example of what happened last week when I played. I had a hit with my mum and a few clients, and I was not in the game at all. And I think that it's really important that I share this with you, because then you'll feel, oh, okay, it's not just me. This happens to other people. It happens to Tiff as well. And I pride myself on mental preparation and being zoned in and all of that. And I was just not there. And so I was not out on the golf course, even though I was physically, mentally, I was not there. I didn't mentally prepare. So I was working, and then I just got my gear together and then, teed off. I was thinking a lot about work, because there's a lot of things that I've been doing with my golf teaching and also with my website, and also some other things that I've got some other things going with some other websites I'm involved in, and new products that we're putting together, and I'm training for tennis as well, and I've been at the gym. There's a lot of other things that I have had on my mind other than playing golf. And I was a bit on edge. I expected that I'd be able to play really well. I'd just be able to put it together because I can do that majority of the time. I didn't warm up, and I hadn't played for a few weeks either, so I lost the feel a bit as well. And I know I was on edge. I wasn't focused or zoned in any shape or form when I was playing on the day, and I was really, my head was all over the place. And simple reason for that is I just wasn't mentally prepared to play, because I had allowed other things to interfere with me being out on the course, i.e. work and all the things that I wanted to do. And I think about all these things that I want to accomplish, and I have opportunities to do these great things in life, that my head was just focused on all of that. So I was just there in body, but I was not there in mind. And like I said, if we break it down into real simple form, I just didn't prepare to play. I was not mentally prepared to play golf on that day. So when we practice, or when we play, or when we compete, we should be mentally prepared for it. And that's what I wasn't. And I thought it'd be really good for me to tell you that, because I want you to feel like you're not alone. And I want you to feel like, oh, okay, all right, Tiff prides herself on mental preparation and being zoned in and all of that kind of thing when she plays golf, and she didn't do it that day either. Okay. It's not so bad that I haven't done it. It's not so bad that I have experienced those things too, okay? Because we do. So I look at golf as a work in progress, right? It's a journey. We go on a golf journey each day. And it also depends on like how we mentally prepare ourselves and what our mind frame is like. And like I've said to you, I was not there. I was not mentally prepared to play. My mind was on work. It wasn't on golf at all. And I was just going through the motions, and I was frustrated. I was really frustrated. And when I got home that night, I was really annoyed with myself. I was not really annoyed. I was really annoyed with myself, like really frustrated with myself and disappointed. And the reason I was disappointed was, sure, didn't hit the ball so great, wasn't overly impressed by that, but I was more frustrated with myself is because I knew mentally I wasn't there. And I didn't do anything to switch myself back in either. I just allowed all these other things to interfere with what I was, with my golf play. I was letting all my work ideas and opportunities and all the other things that I was thinking about, I let that interfere, and I didn't do anything about it. And that was what I was even more annoyed with myself with, because I allowed that in. And I was like, yeah, gee whiz. Because when I was at home, I was thinking about it. I was like, well, what was it that really held me back from performing the way that I normally do? Okay, I wasn't mentally prepared to play. My head wasn't in the game. I wasn't really thinking about playing golf. I was just going through the motions. There were so many other things that I was thinking of that I wanted to do, and I wasn't at peace within. Normally when I go and play golf, especially with mum, very calm. I didn't feel calm. I was on edge. And I pride myself on staying calm, and I wasn't calm, wasn't at peace within. And that's a big area that I've been working on the last few years, is working on staying calm. I wasn't calm either. So there was a lot of things going on there. So those types of things do affect us, right? It affected me, and I allowed it to affect me and just continue on going, oh, well, that's just where it is. I can't get my head in there, blah, 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 right? I was saying all that BS. And really it is BS, because actually if I stopped, made myself more aware and worked on those specific things, on what I should normally be doing and should be at peace and doing specific things in order for me to perform better, then I would have actually played better. So that's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at how we're going to be mentally prepared to play. Now, of course, we need to physically warm up. That's a given, right? So we physically need to warm up, do some stretching, get a feel for the shots, practice the shots down at the nets, do some putts, all of that kind of thing. We need to do that. But we also need to make sure that we're mentally prepared. We need to make sure the mind is there. It's so important, because from things that I've been saying through these Golf Talk with Tiff episodes is it's all about what we do in mentally that's going to give us the results that we're after. So my results last week, played crap, okay? Played awful, was not happy Jan, and but reasons around that were I wasn't there. Mentally, I wasn't there. So of course, why should I expect to play well when I'm not mentally there and I didn't go through the process that I normally go through, okay? So how are we going to do that? What can we do? Well, we can work on some routines to prepare, and I've talked about in the past of doing specific breathing techniques and things that you can do there, ways in which you can help yourself get mentally prepared. There's another thing that I thoroughly recommend is working on being present and staying in the moment. And, you know, like I've said about what happened last week was that my body was there, but my mind wasn't. I physically showed up, but I was not present. I wasn't present in the moment about playing golf. My mind was on work. My mind was thinking about all these other things that I've got to do. And that happens when people come and have lessons with me sometimes too. They're more focused on what they've got to do next, versus what they've actually got to be working on in that moment. Or they're worried about how they're going to play golf tomorrow and they're still in the lesson. So we need to make sure that we're working on you staying in the moment. So it's really important of how we can look at it, whether we can create our life into components, into boxes, or into certain types of activities or boxed hours. However you want to look at it, is that if we look at a compartment of golf is a compartment of our life. Golf comes into it as golf time, doesn't it? So if we think about it in that compartment of golf time, then, or golf box, or whatever you want to call it, is that you want to have your time allocated to golf where you're 100% focused in that moment, because that's what you're there for. You're there to play golf. You're not there to be thinking about what you're going to do when you finish golf. You're not there to be thinking about what happened before, like this morning. You're not there thinking about what you've got to do next week. You're not there thinking about when you're going on a holiday, right? You're there to play golf. Now, unless you're in that moment, then you're not going to play so good, right? I just proved it. I showed you and shared with you that my mind was not there and I played like crap. Well, that's right, because I was not mentally in there at all. I was somewhere else. So that happens. So we have to look at that. That's the time that you've allocated to be there. So why not be there and stay there? Why not stay in that moment? And like I said, that's what frustrated me, was that I knew better than that. I knew I wasn't in the moment. I was so not in the moment. I was so focused on all these other things that I was thinking about with work that I was just not there. So I was so annoyed with myself that I just didn't focus on being in the moment. So we've got to think about, like, if we're there playing golf, that's the only thing we can control is what we're doing in that time that we're there. Because that's what we're there for, that we're there to play golf. That's the area in which we can control. We can't control what happens next because we're not there next. You know, we're not there, you know, driving back or going shopping or getting dinner ready or going to train at the gym or whatever it is that you're going to do next, catch up with friends, whatever it is. You're not in control of that because that time hasn't come about yet, but you're in golf time so that you can control that and you can control what's going on there. So let's focus on that. Let's focus on the now. Let's focus on being present. Okay. And that's, like I said to you, I didn't do that last week. And I pride myself on doing all those sorts of things, but I was not there. So that's why I'm sharing that with you. That's why I want you to understand it and be aware that, okay, it does happen. Let's focus on being present. So here's one of the best ways, I believe, is a way in which you can focus on being present. It's the best one that I've found to be incredibly effective best time to work on it, I find, is also in the morning before you do anything else, or finding 5 minutes maximum in the day to work on it. So there's 1,440 minutes that we've got in the day. Got plenty of time, okay? Only needs 5 minutes. So if you can do that, this is really going to help you perform better when you are out playing, okay? It's training your brain on being focused. So whether we call it, I've got a few different names I'm throwing out there. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but we want to do this on a daily basis. Focused time breathing, focused in the moment breathing, focused now breathing, however you want to call it. What we want to do is we want to do it for 5 minutes. And how we do that is that we then, and I did it on my Tiffany Mika podcast episodes. I don't know if I've shared it here with on the Golf Talk with Tiff. I'll have to have a look as I'm thinking out loud. But what it is it's really focused breathing, and it's you breathing and counting the whole time as you do it. It's not you drifting off into another world or thinking about other things. It's actually about teaching you how to stay in the moment. It's training your mind how to stay in the moment. So this breathing is a really simple thing to do, and how you do it is like this. You go breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you actually breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold, and say it as you do it. You don't have to say it out loud so everyone hears you, but you can do it so you're counting in your mind. And you need to count. You need to breathe, obviously, because we need to breathe, but you need to breathe and count, because once you stop counting, you will notice that your mind will mentally drift off to another place. Other thoughts will come in. So what you need to then go say to yourself is, oh, hang on, I got to come back. Let's go back into counting the breathing aspect again. Thoroughly recommend it. I've done it for years. I haven't done it as much as I would like to. I will admit that. So I'm going to make a concerted effort to ensure that I'm doing it on a daily basis, because I do other types of meditation and so on, but I have neglected this area because I've been trying other things out. And this is a really great, simple way to help you stay in the moment, right? Focused in the moment breathing, focused now breathing, okay? It's about you counting it, breathing, saying it as you do it, and it will train you. And if you do it on a daily basis, it helps train you. So even when you are then ready to go to golf, that could be something that you do before you play. Okay, it could be something that you can sit in the car for 5 minutes when you get to the wherever you're playing, and just do it for 5 minutes. Or you do it at home before you leave. Right? You could do something as simple as that. What's some other things you can do? Well, here's another thing that I thoroughly recommend. So, and this would be the second most important thing, is set the intention. And you've heard me talk about setting intentions before, but set the intention of how you want to play. And it's not about how many points you want to get. It's how you want to play. Do you want to feel the ball? Do you want to feel your swing? Do you want to set the intention that you've got a nice smooth swing? Do you want to set the intention that you feel like you've played steady? Do you want to set the intention that you've hit straight balls today? Do you want to set the intention that you're going to feel at ease today? Do you want to set the intention that you want to feel at peace within? Do you want to set the intention that you feel calm within today? Whatever it is, set the intention. So there we've got 2 things, isn't there? Or aren't there, rather. So we've got focused now breathing, or focused in the moment breathing. We've got setting an intention. Could be another one. This is another suggestion, but those two are the most important, I believe, is focused now breathing and setting intention on how you want to play. Thoroughly recommend that. I didn't do it the other day. Normally I do it. Didn't do it the other day. Head's all over the place, right? Because I wasn't focused on being in the now, right? So that's what we want to make sure that we're doing. Third thing that you could possibly do is listen to something that makes you feel calm on the way to your, when you're going to wherever you're going to be playing golf at. Listen to some music that makes you feel calm. Listen to, your favorite song that you can just stay in the moment and enjoy it. And it's upbeat and it makes you feel good. Whatever it is that's going to help you get you into that zone so that you can play better golf, perform better, feel better when you come off. Because if you don't do this type of stuff, you will struggle. It will kill your game. You will be frustrated. You'll be rolling your eyes in the back of your head. You'll be shaking your head every time you play a shot. You'll be disappointed. You'll have all these expectations and never reach them. There's lots of things that can go on. Okay, just like I experienced the other day, I hated that feeling. I haven't felt like that for such a long time, and I hated it. And I was like, what did I not do? What was I not aware of? And there was so much that I was not aware of because I just was not focused on playing golf. I was so focused on everything else, nothing to do with golf, and that's why I played the way that I played. So I wanted to share that with you because I want you to make sure that if you want to get the best out of your golf, then we want focused daily breathing, okay? Focused now breathing, focused in the moment breathing. We want to set an intention on how we want to play. We want to listen to something that makes us always feel calm. Whether you're just doing the breathing as you're driving, that's fine. You can do that too. Because remember, to play your best golf is about you being in the moment, staying in the moment, being totally focused on what you're doing now, okay? This is golf time. Stay in golf time, okay? And that was the biggest thing that I reminded myself of last week. I was not in golf time. I was still in work time. Doesn't help the golf, okay? And this is where you'll get your best results, is staying in the moment, playing in the moment, totally focused on what you're doing. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Love it if you could share with me what you like best about what you heard. If you've got friends that you know that would benefit from these episodes, love it if you could share these episodes with your friends so we can build the lady golf teacher community and Golf Talk with Tiff community as big as we possibly can. And what I want you to do is dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams. And then I want you to get out there and tee it high and let it fly. Have an absolutely awesome day. Take care. Look forward to talking to you real soon. Take care for now. Bye-bye. Before you go, do you want to build confidence, belief, strength, and courage in you to go after your big dreams in your life and in your sport? If you do, go to www.tiffany-mika.com and get a copy of my book, Focus, How to Reach Your Potential in Sport, Business and Life. I look forward to seeing you there. Dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams.